Hi everybody, this is the beginning of basement video part 2. So what we're going to do, hold on one second, I gotta take these earplugs out, I hear myself echoing. These flies, they get around your ears and oh my god. So anyway, this is video part 2. What we're going to do is walk you through where we're at. You'll see later in the video where we had to backfill this. And yes, we backfilled it with shovels.
Yes, we did.
So, what you can see is this is the air exchange pipe that I was speaking to in the earlier video. So, this will go down, goes there. So, we're going to cut this off somewhere about here and then turn it outward and then put a gate, or not a gate, some sort of vent covering over that. And that'll be airflow in to the basement. Then once we put the top on, there'll be like a bathroom fan on the top, which will have an exhaust that'll come out, and that'll be airflow out of the basement. So you'll have a perpetual air exchange going on. So this is fundamentally almost the finished project. You'll see the finished project in this video. But what we got is one last course here we're going to do today. We have to do from the ground. We couldn't do it from the inside because it just was too cumbersome trying to do it off of a ladder. So after we do that, what we're going to do is we're going to dig a line that's going to line up with the pipe going out this way. I should have did that before I backfilled it, but I was so happy to be done.
I know, right?
Backfill it. I backfilled it and then said, oh shit, I got to dig it back up. So I got to put a water line hole going out that way straight toward the where the pump's going to be for the well, which is going to bring the water line in here. So I'm going to have to hand dig that. Got to dig it down, same as the water line we dug for the original water tank. So at least about right here is how deep I got to go. I got to come out to about right here. So it's not that bad. It isn't going to take me that long. Now I know how to dig, so you'll see us digging that. And then we'll wrap this thing up. And then after we wrap this up, we'll be ready to start cutting the containers, and then we'll be ready to set.
Yep.
So we're getting closer and closer
and closer and closer.
I'm hoping you guys paid attention to those 2 earthquakes that just hit California today. And today's the 5th. Today and on the 4th of July. Watch these storms. They're about to really start getting intense. You're seeing all that heat down south right now, coming up out that Gulf. You're going to actually watch a potential hurricane come off the Gulf that didn't come from Africa, because that's what they taught you in school. Remember? 8th grade science, they taught you that the hurricanes came from Africa. So you're going to watch a storm erupt right in the Gulf and going to come right up as a hurricane. So, just really start paying attention, people, and really start caring and being concerned with what's going on. And trying to understand what's going on instead of just being passively, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. No. You have families, you have children, you have mothers, you have fathers, you have people you care and you love. Be concerned enough to try to be half ready if something throws you a curveball. What happens, look at what was going on in South America with a lot of those blackouts. What happens if we have a blackout that lasts a couple of weeks? What's that going to look like? What's that going to look like for you and your family? Start really paying attention to these storms because they really are real. And just because they're not hitting you yet doesn't mean they're not going to come. Okay? So anyway, that's my note for today. Until next time.
Hey everybody. Okay, so what you're seeing us do today is we are going to backfill this basement. We've got it all the way to the top. I'm just going to walk up here. See, we are all the way up to the top. So we're just about done. We have our pipe for our airflow installed in. So we're going to take all of these hills of dirt and backfill them in. Once we get these backfilled, then we can keep going with additional rows of block till we get to the height of those pillars back there. and that will take us at the bottom of the container. We'll have enough room to put the ceiling on, and we'll be at the bottom side of the containers when we set the containers.
Alright, go.
Hey everybody. Okay, so excuse the wind. It's kind of windy today, but today we've completed the basement walls, so we're all done with that. So my next step today is acid washing the walls, which will get rid of some of the mortar that's stuck on the walls. So I'm going to acid wash all of the walls, let that dry for a second, rinse it off. I got my little water container here, my automatic pump, so I can spray wash and rinse everything off, and then I'm going to paint my walls. After we get finished painting, then we will work on the ceiling for the basement. After that's completed, you'll see us leveling this area out, putting tarp down, gravel, peat gravel, and then we're ready to set the shipping container. So that's our step-by-step process. So just to let you guys know how everything is going to flow. But this should be an easy process, so you'll see the before and after and how everything looks.
Hey everybody. Okay, so what we're doing now is we got these boards here on. They're cemented in. They ain't going nowhere. They're bolted down. We're now working on putting these two boards on the sides on. Before we put those on, we got to square it so we can measure up, so we can put our braces. These here will go on here to hold the joist going across, and then from the joist going across is how we'll put our plywood on, going to perpendicular position, and that'll create the roof. So what you're going to see is some footage of us squaring this off to make sure it's square so it'll fit on there, because we're going to drill these on first. Kind of learned that lesson from the outside garden hail protector. So we're going to put these on first, make sure they're all lined up, then we'll put the boards on. I know you're sitting there saying, like, what the hell we got on? These are our fly suits that we just ordered.
And yes,
these
they
damn
are
flies
fly.
get on our nerves.
Yes, they are
They
fly.
be all over you, touching you, and you be trying to work, and you be swatting them. So we'll let you know if anybody wants to buy these fly suits and you're off grid. We'll let you know if they're worth anything. All right. So you'll check this out. Till next time, be free. Talk to you soon.
Okay, guys. So this is the basement. As you can see, I painted it. I wanted something colorful, but yet dark. So we are just about done with our painting. And I like the color. And now what you're about to see us do is frame out the ceiling. And then we'll finish our painting and have the ceiling intact. And then the basement is 100% complete. Well, not 100%. The framing of it is complete. I still have to do my shelvings and all that cutesy-wootsy stuff. But it'll be complete enough to set the containers. So.
Okay, so this is the conclusion video of our basement. Basement's pretty much done. We do have to waterproof it and put the supplies in for the ceiling to do our insulation for the ceiling and our drywall. So that'll be somewhere down the road. That's not going to be no time soon. The next task on the plate is going to be getting the septic done, septic put in, and then we'll be putting the containers on top of all of it. But a couple of things I wanted to point out for anybody out there who might be doing their own cement block and never did it before like me. First thing, your first two rows, dry lay them out. Lay them all the way out, dry stack them, so you can see how your pattern's going to go. Get your pattern right. Once you got your pattern right, then it'll be real easy to follow the pattern. Next thing you do is when you dry stack them, after you take them apart, do your corners and lay both corners at the same time on a corner, going each way, going that way and that way. It took me to my last 3 rows to figure that out. Up until then, I was always just putting one corner block on, and I was putting one corner block on each corner and running a string to it, which still worked out okay, but it's a lot smoother if you got the corner going both ways. And now this corner works to that one, this corner works to that one, and then all your corners are level. Lucky for me, all my corners came out level. Came out okay. You can tell from the wood. So the wood's level. If the wood wasn't level, if this wasn't level, this wouldn't be level. So everything turned out level, but it took me the last 3 rows to really figure that out. Let's see, there was one more thing back. What was it? The dry lay, the both corners. Oh, and the joints. Be real mindful of the width of your joints. Kind of just put a little bit of mud in them, not a whole lot, so you can get your joints the even distance. That's why you want to dry lay it out too, so you can figure out how wide your joints need to be. If you put too much mud in them and they're too wide, when you get to the final block, it might not fit right, which means you're going to have to cut it and, you know, trim it down or something like that. We didn't have to do a lot of that, but we did have to do some, you know, a couple of times. So, and each time it was because I had too thick of a joint. So, you saw the basement video. Basement's done. Moving on to the next step. Put our septic in. We already got our water well. After that, we're at the halfway point.
Yes.
Set the containers.
Set the containers.
A year and a half, and we're at the halfway point.
Yep.
So, you know, and then y'all ready to come out and visit? Come on, visit. Give us a call. Till next time, be free.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.